Deadline, deadline. My career is on the line. Deadline, deadline. My career is on the line. Deadline, deadline. Why didn't I press save this time?
Oh, damn.
Bro, just do everything with AI.
What the? Who are you? And what are you doing in my room?
Relax, bro. I'm here to save you.
Save him? Seriously? AI is not the answer to everything.
Bro doesn't need philosophy. Bro needs to deliver the project.
He's a 3D artist, not some prompt guy.
Deadline doesn't care about art.
He spent years mastering this craft.
And right now he's about to miss the deadline, bro!
Hey! Would you two shut up? What the hell is going on here?
Easy, bro.
We're your inner voices.
Wait, what?
You haven't slept for 3 days, and you've been living on coffee and pizza.
You're fried, bro.
With this schedule, you'll end up meeting my boss soon.
Or mine. Anyway, just make the whole project with AI.
Absolutely not. He's a 3D generalist with 15 years of experience.
Hey, stop guys, okay? I got it. We make a compromise. Look.
In this video, we'll take a look at how to work with video references in Seedance 2. We'll use Playblast animations and turn them into a final rendered shot. I'll show several examples, from simple static scenes to more complex and dynamic ones. We'll also compare the traditional CGI pipeline with AI workflows and see how these two approaches can be combined. For generation, I'm using Flashboard. Seedance 2 is available inside it. As I mentioned earlier, I already have a Playblast. For those who are not familiar with 3D, let me quickly explain what that means. A Playblast, also known as a flipbook, viewport render, or preview animation, is a fast preview of your animation. It renders directly from the viewport of the software, skipping the long process of final rendering. Its main purpose is to check timing, motion smoothness, and the overall dynamics of the scene without waiting for lighting and materials to render. You can also render without materials, but in most cases, a Playblast is enough. And it's faster because even a simple render still takes some time. Now let's move to Flashboard. So I prepared a reference image for this scene. I generated it using Nano Banana Pro. Into the model, we add the Playblast animation and the reference image. Notice that when you upload a video, the option to choose generation length becomes disabled. My first prompt was extremely simple, and as expected, it worked poorly, but I still wanted to test how simple a prompt could be while still producing a usable result. I ran a few tests with different prompts. I added more description to the prompt, and this is the result I got. This time, the generations turned out much better. I tried generating the video again using the same prompt, but the result was almost exactly the same. Then I strengthened the prompt. I locked the camera and all movements in the scene so they matched the original video. The results became more stable, but still not perfect. The final part of the scene looked good, but at the beginning, the materials were missing. The model simply didn't know how the trees and other elements should look in the first frame. So I created another reference image in Nano Banana to help the model understand what the scene looks like at the very beginning. I specifically chose a frame where the beetle is also visible. Thanks to the stronger prompt, plus the starting and ending reference images, I finally got the result I wanted. This time, everything looks good right from the first frame. The forest finally has textures, and the beetle looks great too. After that, I started experimenting. I added a line in the prompt describing camera animation at the end. I wanted the camera to make a fly-around move around the campfire at the end of the animation. As you can see, the animation stays the same at the beginning, but towards the end, the camera starts a new additional movement. After several attempts, I realized this would be difficult. The model couldn't properly handle that extra edit at the end, but something interesting happened. The model actually extended the video while preserving the movement up to the last moment. The original video length is 8 seconds. And here is the generated version with the continuation. I made several more attempts with different variations of the ending. This time I tried describing the camera movement as if it was shot with an FPV drone, and the result actually worked for me. But when I tried one more time, the model added new objects at the end of the frame, including an FPV drone. Then I tested another version, a 2D style render. This time I used only one reference image and the same prompt as before. At the end of the prompt, I added one more line to lock the style for all frames of the video. Seedance handled this task well too, but for higher quality results in similar cases, it's still better to use two reference images. Next, I ran several tests to better understand the capabilities of Seedance 2 as a rendering tool for 3D animation. Let's start simple. A static camera, one object in the scene. The object starts in the frame and does not change position. This time I generated the reference image using Nano Banana Pro. I did it like this. Take a frame from the video and process it through Nano Banana. To extract a frame from the video, select the video, click the three dots, and choose Extract Frame. If you need another frame, select it in the player and repeat the same process. For Nano Banana Pro, I used the Playblast frame and a collage of style references. Unfortunately, I lost that collage while recording the tutorial, but that's not critical. The result is the reference image we need for the final render. Then we upload the Playblast animation and the image into Seedance 2. I use the same prompt as before. All right, now let's check out the result. And wow, it looks amazing. I ran 5 generations in a row with the same prompt to get a more objective result. 4 out of 5 generations turned out excellent. Let's compare it with the reference video. In this case, everything worked perfectly. As you can see, the generated video matches the reference animation perfectly. This test of Seedance 2 was a complete success. Next test. The camera is still static, but now we have multiple characters and they flap their wings very fast. Again, I extracted a frame from the video and generated a reference image using Nano Banana Pro. I generated the video with the same prompt as before, but this time, the results didn't turn out as well as in the previous scene. And I really didn't like that the wings were not moving like in the original animation. The flies are meant to flap their wings really fast. Right now, they're not doing it at all. So I strengthened the prompt. At the end, I added that the flies rapidly flap their wings. Another interesting observation, sometimes Seedance generates videos without a watermark, so I added a phrase in the prompt to test whether it would increase the chance of getting a clean result. You'll see that phrase in some of the next examples. Anyway, back to the animation. This time the wing movement became much closer to the Playblast animation, and the camera also stayed locked. I like this result. Seedance performed better when I gave it a prompt, although not all 5 generations were perfect. Moving on. Static camera again, but the objects are not in the scene at the beginning. They appear after some time. Using the same workflow, I created the final reference image with Nano Banana Pro. The prompt for Seedance 2 was also the same as in the previous test. At the beginning, as expected, there are no objects in the frame. Then a TV falls into the scene, a fly flies in and lands on it. Great result. Let's take a look at the other 4 generations. 2 out of 5 generations produced exactly what I expected. Let's compare the working version with the Playblast. All the motion is preserved. The fly and the TV in the generated video perfectly match the reference animation. This is an excellent result. The next test is more complex. The scene has more objects, camera movement, and even a transition from one scene to another. The horse gets squashed. At that moment, all the elements in the scene disappear, and a fly appears. It flies up to a small piece of poop and starts rubbing its little hands together. Since there are 2 scenes, I generated 2 reference images. Obviously, the first image shows the scene with the horse, and the second one shows the fly. For the test, I first tried generating using only 1 image. At first, everything goes smoothly. The horse stretches and then gets squashed. But at the moment when the scene changes, the result is obvious. The second scene looked the same as the first, which doesn't work for me. So I modified the prompt and added 2 images for the first and last frames, just like I did with the forest animation scene. Let's take a look at the first 4 generations. After the horse gets squashed, the objects start disappearing, and the scene transforms into a different one. This time, we got very good results in all cases, except for a few minor imperfections that are easy to overlook. For tasks like this, Seedance 2 works perfectly. So I can confidently say that Seedance 2 is perfect for tasks like this. Then I moved on to more complex tests. I took a dancing mannequin from Mixamo, imported it into Cinema 4D, and animated the camera. I made a Playblast on a blank background and used my own character as the reference image. Then we load everything into Seedance 2 and see what happens. I used the same familiar prompt again. The camera is moving incorrectly and the character looks weird too. In this case, it did not work well. Seedance does not understand what is happening around the character. The character's movement and scale also don't match the original. Here are a few more generations with the same prompt. As you can see, the character performs completely chaotic movements, and the first example I showed was actually the best out of the 5. For the next test with the dancing character, I added something like a floor or ground so the model would have at least some information about the environment. And for the image reference, I placed the main character in a city environment. The prompt stayed the same. In this case, the camera movement became closer to the original, but overall, the results were still not very good compared to the other tests. The character is making weird movements. In one video, he's not in the frame at all. Next, I added environment elements to the scene so the model would have more information to imitate. I added a huge plane and large cubic objects to simulate houses around the character. To make sure these objects didn't blend into a single color, I added a checkerboard texture. The prompt remained the same. In most cases, the camera behaved reasonably well, but the character's movement was still strange in some places. He constantly does somersaults, even though that is not in the prompt and not in the reference video. Then I made the scene with the dancing character, who already had a floor and surroundings, more complex. I wanted to add some action, so I placed a car drifting around the main character in the frame. I created a new reference image using the same workflow as before. Using the same prompt as in the previous test, I got the following result. The character is trying to dance, but the camera moves completely wrong, and the car isn't moving at all. Then I added an enhanced prompt to more strongly lock all movements. From an animation transfer perspective, everything looks great, but our main character has turned back into the dummy from the reference. And I also tested the previous prompt again, but this time I added a description of what is happening in the scene. So far, this version is the best one. Finally, I created a fully enhanced prompt with a description of the scene. Looking at all the results, it actually doesn't seem much better than the previous simpler prompt. So my conclusion is that Seedance 2 still struggles with very complex motion. You can sometimes get a good result in complex scenes like this, but it's more a matter of luck, and getting it consistently is quite difficult. However, when it comes to simpler movements, especially smooth ones, including camera movement and character motion, Seedance 2 performs very well. The main advantage of AI video generation is its simplicity and speed, but the downside is limited control and occasional model hallucinations. In CGI, on the other hand, you have complete control over every stage of the process, but it's also an extremely long, complex, and expensive workflow. Projects like this are usually handled by teams of 10 to 15 people or even more. Production can take 6 months to a full year, and naturally, that makes it very expensive. As artists, we can combine the strengths of both approaches and significantly speed up the pipeline, especially during look development and rendering. We take the control from CGI, the speed from AI, and end up with a very powerful and practical workflow. Let me know in the comments what you think about this approach. I'd love to discuss different production workflows with you. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.